Okay, my loves. All right. I am going to cut out, I think I have 2 more kitties that need to be cut. So, I have this color fabric and I have the brown fabric that needs to be cut. Grayson has taken up residence on the ironing board. He doesn't know he's going to have to move. Let me plug my iron in so it'll start getting warm. He has, I don't know, it might not need pressing. I just like to press my fabrics before I start cutting them. I really do. So, yes. This is what I have so far. I think, oh, and I made me some alphabetties with my Cricut machine. I really like these. Actually, I need bigger pins to stick down in here. There we go. Let me find one of these. I really like them because I can stick pins. Like I can stick a pin down through there to hold, because it's too much fabric to use a clippy. I only have just a few of the, and my board, you know, I made these boards myself. And of course there's cat hair all over them too. Okay, so anyway, let me put these back around here while we're waiting on the iron to heat up. I do have some bigger pins right here that we will be using for those. Okay, all right, and my bottle of water. Wait on our iron to heat up, and then I'm gonna cut out my kitties. Hopefully we can get quite a few of these cut out since it's storming and I can't sew. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't sew when it's thundering and lightning outside, or lightning. You know, where there's thunder, there's lightning. So I cut my machines off, I unplug them from the wall. Let me make sure this one's unplugged and it's not. There we go. So this week I want to start filming the Quilt As You Go series. I do want to start doing that. Grayson, buddy, you got your butt in the way. Okay, my iron has heated up, so I'm going to give this a quick press. If I can get Big Man here to share, I'll have to turn the camera around where y'all can see this. And I did starch all of my fabric. All of my fabric has been starched, and I've just left it to dry overnight. Oh my gosh, the cat cracks me up. So, it's saying that your fabric goes this way, but you're going to cut this way, which makes absolutely no sense to me. But whatever. Okay. So I'm going to line this up like this. Grab my big ruler. I'm going to trim this off, make it even. And this is my Martelli rotary cutter that I was telling you. It's the one I actually cut my finger off with, but it wasn't the rotary cutter's fault. It was my fault for not paying attention what I was doing. Has a guard. You just flip the little thing down. And then to open your guard, you just place it down and roll your cutter and it flips it open. I absolutely, let me close this while I'm talking because I'm gesturing because I talk with my hands. I absolutely love this cutter. And if you cut, I am saying it right, yeah, Martelli. We cut a lot of fabric as quilters by hand. I do have a Sizzix machine, it's right over here. I don't have that many dies for it. So I use it when I can, but I end up cutting more by hand. This reduces strain on your wrist and your shoulder and your elbow because you hold it, there's a thumb hole right here. You hold it like this, and then you cut. So let me open it back up, and then cut just like that. There we go. I can tell a world of difference since I started using this. I absolutely love my cutter. I think it was $30, $35 at my local quilt shop. And I just bought blades off Amazon. I put in Martelli cutter and these blades come up, and that's where I purchased the blades because the local quilt shop, they're close but not that close. So I don't want to have to run there every time I need something. I gotta go check my laundry and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, hopefully y'all ain't shaking too bad. Hopefully I didn't bump it too bad. Okay, so now I need to cut G. And hopefully I can do it right this time. Until the temperature has heated up. It's a little... Please practice rotary cutter safety after really cutting my finger that bad. Please, please, please practice safety with your rotary cutter. Okay. Let's square. Now let's trim up this right here. I won't make y'all, stick around for this whole cutting thing. I'm sure y'all have better things to do. Okay, so 4 and... I just don't know that I'm turning my fabric the right way because I don't think I am. I think that's the problem, y'all. I'm not turning. You know what? I can use this strip somewhere else. I want to try something. I want to, because I think that's what the whole problem is. I really do. And you're gonna see me flip my ruler. One side, this is a Creative Grids ruler, one side has your whole numbers, and then if you turn it around, it has your half numbers, and that just works better for me than trying to work with one side of the ruler. That's the way it's made. That's how you're supposed to be using it, or I think you're supposed to be. Even though it has the half markings on this side, I still flip mine around, so you'll see me flip my ruler, and that's the reason why. Is because I find that I get much better results doing it that way. So, all right. I'm not as apt to mess it up. That's what I'm trying to say. I am not as apt to mess it up. I still mess up. Like I've just figured out I've cut these backwards this whole entire time, and I was struggling with, why am I not getting the pieces out of these back quarters like she did? Well, ding dong, it's because you're not cutting it right. I'm not cutting it right. Okay. I love Creative Grids rulers, guys. I am a ruler snob. I have some rulers that are made by other companies. OmniGrid, for instance. I'm slowly replacing all of my rulers to Creative Grids because I love them, because they have these anti-slip little dots all over their rulers. It really does make a difference. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yep. It makes a huge difference to me. It might not to anybody else, but I might not be so much of a fabric snob. I just like what I like, and we're allowed to like what we like. Okay, so there's my G's, and let me put this is exactly what I'm doing wrong, y'all. Okay, so I've almost run out of room for clippy clip there. I'll have to dig out the thingy. So now I need to do D's, and I should get all of my D's and all of my E's out of this. So let me put another check by G, and then D, I'm just making sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so I do believe I am. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell. And whoever told me, who left a message and said to really, really read Elizabeth Hartman patterns, reread it, and read it again, you ain't joking. You are not kidding me. Yep, I think this is absolutely what I was doing wrong. Abso-smurfly. Abso-smurfly. Okay, and then you know, I can follow directions. I'm really, really good at following directions. I have struggled with this. I'm actually only going to cut one of these at a time before I totally go off the deep end and mess this up. And that's exactly what will happen in a stinking heartbeat. And I do line it. I measure with my ruler, but I do line up with my mat too. I want to make sure everything's square. Okay. Oh yeah, makes a difference if you can follow directions. Makes a huge difference. Huge difference. That looks a little too big. Let me go ahead and cut this one. Whoops. I think I missed my mark. I didn't have that lined up on the mat, but it's okay. As long as you have it lined up. Yeah, I know I cut this one wrong, but that's okay. We can trim her down. It's better to cut it too big as too small because you can't add back what you take off. There we go. All right, so that is all perfect. That's all of my D's. So let me put another check there. Put my D's with my D's. There's my D's. Okay, so that little clippy is not going to fit on there. So I am going to grab my D, which I see right here. My D that I made. And I'm gonna throw my D back over there and lay that on top of that. I'm gonna grab my bigger pins, which are right here. Oh, I already grabbed them. What did I do with them? Oh, here they are. And we're gonna poke that pin right in there like that to hold them puppies in place, just like that. Let me set that right there. I was trying to figure out where I was gonna put it. All right, because I had it propped on this. Okay. All right. All right, so now we need to cut our E's. Okay. Make sure that's good and square. I'm actually gonna flip my ruler around use the right side for me, the right side. Supposed to have a little bit left. I'm keeping all of my extra over there. I don't know what I could get out of it, but we're going to be using it in our Quilt As You Go. I'm kind of excited about doing Quilt As You Go. I could stack these together, I guess, but they end up slipping on me. End up slipping, and I don't want it to slip. Actually, I think I'm going to need that other piece back. There's 3. 1, 2, 3. And now, because I should have 2, 4, 6. I may get them all out of this. Because it shows you only cut, yeah, cut 2. Some of these are such tiny pieces anyway. Oh God. Oh my Lord. Reminds me of some of Lori Holt's quilts. T90 little bit. Ooh, it's dark outside, y'all. And I mean dark. It is dark. I didn't think it was warm enough outside to get a thunderstorm, you know? I was like, yeah, the atmosphere is probably not charged enough to get for us to have a thunder bumper. Wrong. E. I need E. Here's E. Poke that all the way through. Actually, I'm going to take one of these stronger pins. I wonder if it'll go all the way through this. Oh yeah, that did. That worked. That worked. Okay. All right, so now, very little waste, and when you cut it the right way. So I got D and I got E. Let me put another check mark there. Now H. So H, I'm gonna go ahead and trim this down for H. I'm gonna reuse this one that I cut. Turn my ruler to the right direction for me. I mean, it is dark, y'all. Boy, I'm glad I cut my machine off. All right, now I'm gonna 1/2 inch. Do I save it? You know, by the time you sew a seam allowance on each side of this, no. No, throw it away, Liz. Throw it away. I can't help it. I can't help it. Okay. Having the right tools for the job makes the job so easy, so much easier. And I probably just missed the trash can. Yep, I did. There's a trash can just right here, right off the edge. So if you see me plunking something over there, that's why. H. You know, I'm looking at this. Oh no, because you have multiple cats. Never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 6 H's. Let me flip this over here. So you kind of have 3 of each color. Okay, yeah, that's why I have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. So that is 2. 4. 6. Make sure you get it square. Make sure your fingers are out of the way. And then we're going to cut something out of these. And this was H. Did I say H? There we go. I always question myself, always, when I'm doing... Okay, there's no way that that's going to go back through there. So y'all bear with me and let me find my H. And my... I ended up getting these all out of order. And I even made some that have AA and BB on them. Maybe we'll put them in order. I'll try not to waste too much of y'all's time. Ooh, did y'all hear that? There's my S. There's H-I-J-K. There's the C-C, A-B-C-C, G, or Z, X, Y, W, X, Y. There's E-E, F, G, H, I, double D, double J. Okay. F, G, F, G, C, L, M, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, G, and Z, H. I promise y'all, I know my ABCs. I promise, I know my ABCs. Doesn't sound like it, but I promise you, I know my ABCs. Oh my gosh, I promise. Okay, that'll make that so much easier. Now, I have them. Oh my Lord, have mercy, guys. If y'all can see how much it's raining out there, woo-wee. It is coming a downpour. So if you, I don't know how Cricut works. I mean, I use my Cricut. I cut fabric with my Cricut. I do all kinds of things with my Cricut. So if what I create is public, like, and you have a Cricut and you want to make some of those, I saved it under quilting tiles or alphabeties or something like that. Just look for Elizabeth Cook. Okay, K. You're welcome to go and find that file that I created, and I made a couple different ones. I know y'all can hear that now. Just making sure it wasn't doing hail. I've done had hail damage to my car once. You know, I'm getting more out of my stuff than no, she says you can get 2. Sorry, I'm lining this up. Those are so tiny. I can see that becoming a disaster in a heartbeat. I mean, why wouldn't you just go ahead and cut this off of this to begin with instead of cutting it off? I don't understand. Maybe I miscut something. I don't know. I'm not saving that. If I miscut something, guys, we're in trouble. That's why I'm saving some of these little bitty pieces. Okay, K. I got all of K. So put another check mark there, and let me find K. Yeah, that one will click that together. Okay. But anyway, what I was saying about the Cricut, yeah, if you can search for people, and when I save things, if it's public, absolutely go use it. And I also I need to put a new blade in my machine. So I made several when I made it because, you know, we're doing more than one stitch along at a time. And I need a new blade because these kind of ripped, but I made these little flower ones. And then I just made, these are the same, just squared, you know, just out of different color paper. But yeah, the little flower ones, flowers with a different font. So, but I need a new blade because they tore really bad. Some of them did anyway. Not all of them, but some of them did. Okay, so now we need to do F. Oh, I left a box out there, I think, and it just got rained on. That's gonna be a mess. What boo-boo? What Bellsy? Bella doesn't like storms. Bell doesn't like storms. Her gotten old and her not like storms anymore. No. Her coward. Okay. So let me make sure. I'm making sure. Okay. Fold this one out of the way. All right. I'm going to straighten this edge up just a little bit. We got our moonbeams we got to do too, but that's just sometime this month. I'm all caught up on it, so maybe next week sometime we'll do our moonbeams block. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I need 6. Okay, making sure I'm all lined up. I don't think you want to go out there, girlfriend. I have miscut. I'm going to tell y'all that. Okay. And I got this left, which is going to go over here in my stack, just in case I need it. And this is F. So I'm going to put a check mark by F. And I got my other K out of the previous one we just did. So... yes, now that I have figured out this whole cutting thing, this is going so much faster than it did earlier. I think I put that in the right one. Yeah. Okay. F. Ouch. Poked myself with a pen. F goes here, like that. Poke the pen through. Perfect. About ready for lunch. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm about ready for lunch. Not really hungry, but I need to eat. I took my medication late, so I have to set me a timer to remember. Okay, now we need to do I. And I'm gonna have to cut I 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna have to cut 3 strips for I. And 3. Scooch it butt over just a little bit. Scooch over just a tiny bit. Lay that right there. Hopefully I can cut all these at once and it won't slip. Reckon what y'all thoughts? Y'all think I can do this? I don't know. I don't know. Well, that quickly I think the storm's over with. Keep my fingers away from that edge. Okay, so now these are I have to use my bigger ruler. I'm to slide them up just a little bit because this. Making sure I am lined up. Perfect. Cut them puppies all at one time. All right. This is I. Okay, those I was able to clip all together. Okay, let me put a check mark by I. Everything that has 3 checks by it, yes, we've done. It's working out so much better if I can follow directions. It is working out so much better. Now is J. Or if I can understand the directions is what I should say. It's not that I can't follow directions. I need to understand the directions. Okay, J. Okay, that looks perfect. Just want to make sure I got my measurements right. Yep. No fingers are in the way. Yep, that looks straight. Okay. So J, I needed 3, so I got 3. Those are perfect. We're going to need another one of our These are J's, okay. I kind of like that. I really do. Okay, and then C, I need to put a check mark by J, and then C, 2, 4, 6, C. Make sure that's still good and straight because you know it does shift. I don't know that I feel comfortable cutting. Let's try it. Okay, it looks like it stayed good and straight. I don't know that it did. We got our J's now. Not our J's, our C's. Okay, got our C's. Come on. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. We'll do our C's. Okay. All the way down to the mat. So I am poking it all the way down to the mat if I can get it down there. That way that puppy will stay. Okay, so the last ones we have to do are L's. And I'm gonna cut 2 L's. Two strips for L's, I should say. 2 strips for L. Okay. Perfect. Okay, this is our last one to cut, and then I won't bore y'all with cutting the rest of it. I'm gonna fold this up, put this over here. And then let's cut our L's. And then I think we are done with this color, and then I'll cut my remaining color, and I'll come back when I'm ready to cut the pajama blocks, or the fabric for the pajama blocks. And then I don't think my little ruler's like, no, it's not quite long enough. I didn't think it was. And that is Mr. Cook making ramen noodles. If you're just wondering what that sound is, he's going to turn into a ramen noodle. I have sandwich stuff in there. He could make a sandwich. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to take a break. I don't know. I might come back and record more of this for you guys. I don't know. I don't know. But I am. I'm going to go take a break, eat some lunch, spend a little time with Mr. Cook. And I may come back. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to bore y'all with cutting the same thing over and over again. But I only have one more fabric to cut, and then we're ready to do the pajama fabric. So I'll meet you guys back here for that in just a few minutes.